Hey there, and welcome to the Unleash Your Greatness Within podcast. I'm TJ Hoisington, and I want to share a success principle with you. Yes, this success principle changed my life. It took me from simply dreaming to actually achieving. And you know, I learned it from the great business philosopher, Rohn.
You already know. My passion and my mission to help you unleash your greatness within. My heart goes out to the underdogs that's on their way. If you think you can go from good to great, okay, let's motivate. GreatnessWithin.com. TJ Hoisington. GreatnessWithin.com.
You see, when I was 15 years old, I was raised in a family of 8 children. I'm the second child of 8, and I remember things were financially tight. And I remember one day I went into my father's bedroom, my parents' bedroom, and I was looking for some spare change on his dresser. I didn't find the spare change. What I found were a series of tapes that were copied that someone had given to him. And I remember as I was kind of fiddling around looking for the loose change, if you will, I remember I picked up a tape, and this is one of them from that set. You can see it's a little aged. Yep. I picked up this tape, and on it, it caught my attention. On one side, it said, "The Day That Turned My Life Around." And on the other side, it said, "How to Live Financially Independent." Wow. Coming from the home I was in that was great in terms of family values and living a good, wholesome life and all those things, I got to tell you, financially it was a little tight. So I thought, this intrigued me. And I remember taking the tape, I put it in my pocket, and I went up to my bedroom and I began listening to the person on this tape. You remember the old Walkmans? Yes, I had the earphones in my ear and I had the yellow Sony Walkman, and I pushed play. And that first month, I must have listened to this tape at least 20 times. And here was the principle that Rohn taught me that can change your life. And in fact, I don't want to share it with you. I'm going to have Rohn share it with you by watching this video. Okay, we're going to just kind of bring this video in. Here, check it out.
But to see if there may be some errors in your judgment and lack of disciplines in your life, we might as well start with money, because it's so easy to count. So let's just start there and see whether or not maybe we have messed up. Okay. So here's how I explain it to kids. We get paid for bringing value to the marketplace. Key to understanding economics. We get paid for bringing value to the marketplace. Marketplace is also described as reality. Reality, the marketplace. Now, it takes time. It takes time to bring value to the marketplace, but we don't get paid for time. It's very important for kids to understand, as well as adults. We don't get paid for time. Mistakenly, the man says, "Well, I'm making about $20 for an hour." Not true. Not true. If that was true, you could just stay home, have them send your money. No, it's not true. You don't get paid for the hour. You get paid for the value you put in the time. So we don't get paid for time, we get paid for value. Now, since that's true, here's one of the key questions of the afternoon. Is it possible to become twice as valuable and make twice as much money in the same time? Is it possible to become 3 times as valuable as you now are and make 3 times as much money in the same time? Is that possible? Of course. If you want to really emphasize something, that's a good phrase, Stuart. Of course. Of course. Okay. Now, all you have to do to earn more money in the same time is simply become more valuable. America's unique. It's a ladder to climb. Starts down here, what, about $4 an hour? Big argument last year in Congress about the starting place. Should be 5, should be 5, should be 5. Well, no, it doesn't need to be 5. Why not start with 4? It's a ladder. Right? This is not a bed. This is a ladder. This is a ladder to climb. Starts at $4. Now somebody says, well, should be 5, should be 5. Well, maybe. If you're going to stay at the bottom for the rest of your life, it probably should be 5. But that's kind of a pitiful way to live. Start and not grow. Start and not change. Start and not become more valuable. Hey, the whole scenario of life is to start, number one, and what? Become more valuable, number two. So America's a ladder to climb. Starts at $4 an hour, and the more valuable you become, you just keep moving up the ladder. Top income last year, what, 52 million? Guy that runs Disney? Would a company pay somebody for 1 year's work $52 million? And the answer is, of course. This is one of those of course places. Of course. If you help a company make $1 billion, would they pay you $52 million? The answer is, of course. It's chicken feed. I mean, it's not much money. Now, why that much money? Because he has become so valuable. Now, why would we pay somebody only $4 an hour? They're not very valuable to the marketplace. Now, we got to make that distinction, to the marketplace. Might be a valuable brother, a valuable member of the community, a valuable member of the church, valuable member in the sight of God, to the human family, of course, those kind of values. But to the marketplace, which is called what? Reality. Reality is, if you're not very valuable, you don't get much money. Those are called the facts. I mean, that's how that is. Well, then how do you get more money? Simple answer. Somebody says, well, I'll go on strike for more. Well, here's a major problem with that. Here's a major problem with that. You can't get rich by demand. Somebody says, well, I'm waiting for a raise. I'm telling you, it's easier to climb than to wait for a raise. Why not just become more valuable rather than wait? I'm telling you, that's the key to all good things. Becoming more valuable. Why would we pay somebody $400 an hour? They've become more valuable to the marketplace. See how this works? I'm telling you, this stuff is so easy. This is America. This is a ladder. How far is it from 4 to 5? I'm telling you, it's not far. $4 to $5 an hour? If you work for McDonald's, haul out the trash, they'll pay you $5 an hour. If you whistle while you haul out the trash, they'll pay you $5 an hour. I'm telling you. You'll get an extra $1 just for a good attitude. Yay, McDonald's. Wear the hat. It's incredible. $5. And then you just keep becoming more valuable, more valuable, more valuable. I got a telephone call 5 years ago. The company said, we're ready to expand internationally. We need some help. I was sort of semi-retired. Right? Looking for the next exotic beach. They said, no, Mr. Rohn, we got a project for you. Right? Going to expand internationally. We could use your help. Next little while, we'll add some millions to your fortune, make it worth your while. I said, okay. I thought later, isn't that interesting that they called me? My second thought was, of course they'd call me. Who else would they call? I mean, you know, I can get the job done. Now, how come I got a telephone call worth millions? I had become valuable. Now, I'm a farm boy from Idaho. I was raised in obscurity. 1 year of college, and I thought I was thoroughly educated. Made all kinds of mistakes galore. At age 25, the creditors are calling me saying, hey, you told us the check was in the mail. I got pennies in my pocket. I got nothing in the bank. I'm behind on my promises. How come I get a telephone call 5 years ago and it's worth millions? I changed. I turned my life around. Is it possible to become worth millions? Speaking economically, now there's a lot of values to become, but let's just talk economics. Is it possible to become that valuable? And the answer is, of course, of course. Now let me give you the secret. Shoaff said, here's the secret, Mr. Rohn. Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Once I got that, it turned my life around. Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. He said, if you work hard on your job, you'll make a living. If you work hard on yourself, you can make a fortune. Wow. If you would have known me at age 25, you would have said, Jim Rohn's a hard worker. If you'd have known me, you'd have said that. I'm the guy, I don't mind coming a little bit early, staying a little bit late, I don't mind that. You'd have said, well, Jim Rohn's a hard worker. You say, well, how come he's got pennies in his pocket and nothing in the bank and behind on his promises? Well, I was a hard worker, but I was working hard on my job, not on myself. I'm telling you, if you'll learn that simple little principle and start the process today, latest tomorrow, I'll give you tonight to think it over. And start this whole process of personal development, work on yourself, make yourself more valuable to the marketplace. I'm telling you, you can so dynamically change your income, and economics is the least of the values that you can start earning in terms of equity if you'll start working harder on yourself than you do on your job. Work hard on yourself and develop the skills. Work hard on yourself and develop the graces. All of the stuff necessary to become more valuable to the marketplace. I'm telling you, your whole life can explode into change. Promotions, no problem. Becoming more valuable to the company, I'm telling you, no problem. Money, no problem. Economics, no problem. Future, no problem. If you just go to work on the right thing. Not get things out there to change. Don't try to change the seed. Don't change the soil. Don't change the sunshine. Don't change the rain. Don't change the mix of seasons. Let the miracle of everything that's available work for you, and start working on the inside. Work on your philosophy, work on your attitude, work on your personality, work on your language, work on the gift of communication, work on all of your abilities. And if you'll start making those personal changes, I'm telling you, everything will change for you.
Okay, what'd you think? Does that principle still apply today? What's the principle? The principle is, if you want more, you've got to become more. The principle is, you want to make more money, you got to become more valuable. And again, that has nothing to do with principles such as the type of person you are or the church member you are, as Jim Rohn said. It doesn't have anything to do with that. In the marketplace, though, you want to make more money, then you must become more valuable. This requires you to work more on yourself than you do your job. That was the principle that I learned as a 15-year-old. And it blew me away that as a young motivational speaker 25 years ago, I would garner a few $100s for a speech. And to think the moment I came out with If You Think You Can, that's been a number of years ago, all of a sudden that price tag, I don't know how many times it went up. I mean, considerably. And I said, what's the difference? I'm the same guy. I'm the same guy that I was yesterday that charged this much. Why am I able to get this much now? There's only one difference. I'm the same person, other than I became more valuable to the marketplace. And how did that happen? Personal development. I spent more time working on myself, as Jim Rohn would say, than on my job. You want to live your dream life? You want to change your destiny? You want to, listen, the key is you've got to become all that you're capable of becoming. You've got to have a precision approach. You've got to have your goals out there. And you got to align those goals with your values and make sure that you're moving in the proper direction with the right plan, the right strategy. Right now, as I'm doing this, we're in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic. This is a time more than ever where you must be creative. This should be a pivot point for your life to maybe don't go where the path may lead, as the old African proverb says. Don't go where the path may lead. Go where there is no path and leave a trail. What are you doing right now to develop yourself? While many states in the United States are locked down, and many places around the world, what are you doing to become more valuable? If you want to get out of this with success, if you want more than you've ever achieved in the past, then you must become more. And that comes down to skills, knowledge, habits, and of course, an attitude, the right attitude, right? Believing that the future will turn out well. If you'll keep those things in check, always realizing that as you work on yourself, you become more valuable. Okay, have I said enough? All right, that is one of those core principles that changed my life. I realized I couldn't blame my circumstances. I realized that if I would work on myself, my world would change. All right, so go become more valuable in the marketplace, and of course be valuable in any other place by just being the best person that you can be. All right, I wish you the best. Now go out there and unleash your greatness within.